Hi. So it's April 21st, I believe, and I'm working on this series called Flow Dynamics. And so this will be hopefully another class, a movement class. And the idea is to improve the flow of energy in the body, which will help keep us healthy. It helps keep things moving in the body. It helps, blood flow, lymph flow, all those things. Um, and so today I'm going to work with this idea of circular movements. And a lot of times when we get stiff in our joints, whether it's arthritis or just stiffness from not moving, we want to stretch and we make these huge stretches. And sometimes it's good and it almost always feels good in the moment. But sometimes we overstretch and destabilize joints. And these are really some circular movements that shouldn't do any of that. And they're going to be, some of them will be really subtle and more to do with, the movement of subtle, like more subtle energies. So just try it out if you want and let me know how it is and enjoy the class. All right, so hopefully maybe 30-minute class at the most. We'll see. All right, I'm going to stand up here and starting from the top of your head. So imagine you've got, actually, I'm going to kneel down for this just so you could see me fully. So this can be done standing or kneeling. I'm just kneeling so I fit in the screen. Um, so imagine you've got like a big dunce cap, or remember the cone heads from Saturday Night Live, right? That big cone hat. And it's up to the ceiling, and see if you can just make a circle on the ceiling, right? So think of the cone sitting on your ears there. And you're going to just, through the top of your head, make that little circle. And focus more on the ceiling. Okay, go the other way. As you move your head, it's really coming from the neck. Yeah. Okay. So take it down now into the bottom ribs. And actually, before we do it, let's just try if you can bring your hands to the bottom of your ribs. And we'll just try turning a little bit to one side and then turning to the other side and just kind of feel how your ribs are moving today. Yeah. And come to the middle. We'll do a little breathing. Breathing is always a good thing, in case you didn't know. All right, so just breathe in and try to expand the ribs. Okay. And then exhale, feel them narrowing. So inhale and exhale. And just try to fill out the sides of your ribs a little bit there. And we're going right up into the armpit, the whole side seam. I think if you're wearing like a tight tank top, if you can imagine just trying to fill it out a little more on the sides. Okay, a couple more. Last time. All right, good. So we're going to move the ribs now in that circular movement. So you got your cone hat up to the ceiling and start to circle it, and the movement coming from the bottom of the rib cage. Okay, maybe just draw your waistline in a little bit, cinch it a little bit. Sometimes it's harder to go small with the movement, but just do what you can there. Okay, go the other way. All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to just let's try incorporating the arms into this. And first of all, just take your arms up and then just down to your sides. So just make some big movements here. So up and then down to your sides. And do a couple here. And these are kind of circles as well, right? Making some big circles here. Okay. All right. And well, let's actually try making a circle. So we can just have your arm out to the side, I think, and just make the circle there. Circling from the shoulder. Just a few, and then other way, circling from the shoulder. All right, good. And then let's actually try to do it from the elbow. Little elbow circle, other way. Not perfect, but it's a circle. Okay, and then at the wrist, other way. Okay, and now each finger. Okay, so one direction, then the other, one direction, and the other. Okay, keep moving along through the fingers. Last one. All right, so I'll just kind of move the shoulders and see if there's a difference in how they feel. Okay, other shoulder. So out to the side. We'll do the side. So small circles. Switch. Okay, try the elbow. And go the wrist. Circle and circle. Okay, so getting into the fingers. So start on one end. Yep. Circle, circle. If you come across some fingers that aren't so cooperative, I find sometimes looking at your fingers or toes helps when you're trying to make these precise kind of movements. There we go. Okay, moving the shoulders. All right, so one arm up, have it, fairly close to your ear. Okay, and you've got your cone hat on, your arm is beside the cone hat, and we're going to make a circle of the whole thing, so your bottom ribs are going to circle again. Cinch your middle and maybe cross the other arm to get it out of the way. Okay. Reverse. All right, other arm. Okay, cross this one. So you got your cone hat on and some kind of circle. Pull your waistline in a little. reversing it. All right, okay, so take it down, check in here. Okay, so we'll try to move the torso a little bit more. So into hands and knees for this. Okay. All right, so imagine you've got a barrel around your chest, and your whole rib cage is going to move as if it's going to clean the inside of the barrel. Okay, so you're going around and up. Just kind of cinch your middle again to feel that support for your back. And then reverse. Okay, just do one more. Okay. All right, so now imagine you've got a little rabbit tail, a bunny tail, like a pom-pom right at the base of your spine, your tailbone there. And can you circle it in the air? Do your best circle and try to picture that it's your spine that's making that circle, right? Pelvis needs to move, but we're circling from the spine. Okay, reverse. And just try to let your bones move freely. Don't worry too much about muscles. Okay. You can visualize the bones moving. The correct muscles will help out. All right, great. So now think of your dunce cap, or sorry, your cone hat, your cone head, aiming, so it's on, it's stuck on, it's not going to fall off, and it's going to be parallel to the floor. Okay, and circle it there, but let your torso kind of do what it wants to do when you're circling your cone hat. Okay, reverse. Okay, so that could be a tricky one, but there's all sorts of circles happening in your torso. Okay, we're going to go down all the way on your front, and I'll probably have to have my head up just so you can hear me. Okay, so best for you to have your head all the way down on the mat, resting on both your hands, if that's okay. And try to get heavy in your chest. It's gonna, you can see me fully, it's gonna look like this. Okay. Okay, but I'm gonna have to lift my head just because you can't hear me otherwise. All right, so your chest is heavy, and just notice the weight of your thighs on the mat, first of all, just so you get nice and even in your pelvis. And can you lift one leg? So I'll start with the leg close to the camera so you can see me. I'm going to lift that leg and make some circles with it, trying not to hit all the obstacles. It's a small space I'm in. Okay, so lift your belly so you've got support. And we're just going to make small circles with your leg here. Okay, other way. All right. Okay, so other side, same thing, just lift it and small circle. reverse. All right. Okay. So from here, I'm going to come down all the way onto my back. We'll do some more circles with the legs in the socket. Okay, so you can see me? Yep. All right, so take one leg in, and can you put your hand on your knee? Okay, if you can't do this, then, behind, and we'll work it from there. But go for this if you can. Okay, and try to let your leg be heavy in your hand so that if you lifted your hand, your leg would move. Okay, so nice and heavy in the socket, and we're going to just try and steer the leg. Use your hand to make a circle. It's really moving in the socket. Okay, other way now. Okay, good. Bring it in, other leg. Okay, make it heavy in your hand, so your hand is holding it up. Steer it into a circle. And it should feel really soft in the hip. Okay, do your best circle, and then switch it. Find those waist muscles to help support, right? So your pelvis doesn't rock. Okay, great. So before we do the next one, in terms of your pelvis being stable, so just try to lift one hip up and then lift the other hip up. Very small movement. Can you do it in a way that your feet are not pushing? You're lifting from under your pelvis. I'm kind of exaggerating the height just so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now the point of that was just to give you the feeling of the hips lifting, but really we want them to be flat on the mat. So just try to keep them nice and flat. Take a breath. Exhale, feel your waist cinch in, lifting the leg closest to the camera so you can see it. I'm lifting it up to the ceiling, and see if you can straighten the knee. If it's a big strain, if it goes into your back, then soften it. Okay? Imagine you've got a string on the ends of your toes lifting your leg up. So it's going to keep your leg from kind of collapsing down, right? Or keep you from bending the knee too much. All right, so now try to get heavy in the hip joint and just make a small circle there. You need those waist muscles, they're going to help out. Okay, go the other way. All right, take it down. Okay, other leg comes up. Okay, so does it work to straighten this one, or do you need to keep it soft? Get nice and heavy in your hip. The string is pulling your toes up to the ceiling so that your leg doesn't collapse. And make your circle. Really use those waist muscles. Okay, reverse it. And then take it down. All right, so we're just gonna tip the pelvis back and forth. Okay, and make some circles on your side. So come on to one side. I'm going to face the camera here. Okay, so imagine you've got a stick. So my knees are bent and my head and spine are lined up. So lining up with the back of your mat or your towel, whatever you're using. Okay, knees are bent and you've got a stick coming out of your hip. And imagine the stick is going to circle on the ceiling. Okay, so do your best circle there. You'll make a circle on the mat as well. Focus on the ceiling. We'll go the other way now. All right, okay. Just turn over and do the other side. I don't want to spend too much time on the legs and hips. Sorry, change my mind. Go back. Okay, so we're going to take the top leg straight here, and just make sure you don't have anything in your way. Like take your leg back and then take it forward. Don't want to hit the plant stand. Okay, so take it straight and then take it back. Okay, so cinch your waist, try not to move your torso, and we're going to take the leg forward now, and then we're going to lift it up. It's going to be like an oval shape. And then we're going to sweep it forward. So we're going to take it up a little bit and back, and then sweep it forward. Okay, so just find that shape. This is a bigger circle. Okay, let's try to reverse it. So you're going to lift it up at the back end and bring it forward. So it's like a shallow semicircle or an oval shape. You need those waist muscles. Okay, one more time. And then just rest the hip. Okay, so now we will switch sides. Okay, so line your head up with your mat. Maybe you won't see me fully in here. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to hit something. I need to go up so you won't see my head. All right, so check your forward and backward space that you're not going to hit anything. All right, so bend your knees first, and you've got the stick coming out of your hip up to the ceiling. Make your circle. Do your best circle there. And just check if your circle is coming forward or going back too far. Really straight up to the ceiling. Other way. Yep. It's like the stick is where my hand is. All right, so we're going to take the leg long now and just try to move it forward and back. Just check on that range of motion, and you want to cinch your waistline so that your torso doesn't move. So really the leg is moving, the torso isn't. Okay, so now when the leg goes forward, we're going to arc it up and then back a little bit. Okay, so arc it forward and up and back. Forward and up. Okay, so there's muscles you might be feeling there. All right, one more. Sorry, no, let's reverse it actually. Reverse. That's it. Circle forward. Okay, let's give it a couple more. And then just bend your knee in and relax your hip. Okay. All right, so how are we for time? Okay, I want to do one last thing. This will be a little more challenging. And using your legs and pelvis, and well, it's really most of the lower body there. So just, can you straighten your legs? Do you have enough room for that? And again, make sure you're not going to hit anything if your legs go out to the side. I actually need to move up a little more. Okay, so both legs are going to be straight, and we're going to take one leg up to the ceiling. Okay, you maybe can't take it quite as far. You know what, let's actually bend the knees. Let's do this. Okay, take that leg back up, and we're going to just try a big circle. So take it down and then go around and come back up. So watch. Don't make it too big. So if it gets awkward in the hip, go small. Your hip doesn't move in all the ways you might think it moves. Okay, so cinch your waist. We'll reverse it now. All right, take it down, other leg. All right, so we started in this direction. So it comes up and then around and down, right? So up. You really need to tighten your middle there. Okay, one more. Let's switch direction, down and around. So if you really hold your middle strong, your pelvis won't rock. All right, take it down. Okay, do some kind of a pelvic tilt. I'm just gonna check if there's enough time to do one more little thing. No, I don't think so. Okay. Okay, so there was a little class on circles, and I'm gonna stand up now. Well, I'm gonna kneel actually so you can see me, but if you wanna stand up and just kind of move through your hips, you should feel a little bit looser. And if that was a real challenge, some of those circles at the end, you might feel some muscles in your, probably not your hips so much, but you might feel the front of your thighs tomorrow. And just kind of be gentle if you feel like you need to stretch it. Okay, why don't we finish with one last thing actually to stretch it. Okay, so you're nice and tall, and you need to be kneeling for this, and just kind of hinge back. Okay, so lengthen out the top of your head and then come back up. Not a circle, but it's just to stretch out the tops of your thighs. Hinge it back. Good. And you're hinging from your knees, not from your low back, right? So this is all staying connected in here. Cinch your waist and hinge. Okay, 2 more times. Right, 1 more. All right, okay, so that's it for today. Hope you have a good day and hope you can take care of yourself and the people around you. Take care. Bye-bye.